She vanished in plain sight, just steps from her mother, in the heart of Nyeri's bustling market. 4 days later, her tiny body was found, buried beneath a stranger's bed. This is the haunting story of Tamara Blessing. Welcome to Angel's True Crime Tales, where we give voice to the silent, light to the darkest corners, and truth to the stories the world must never forget. Tonight's tales begin in the heart of Nyeri, Kenya, a buzzing town with life, where people trade, laugh, hustle, and trust. But on one quiet Saturday evening, in the home of the marketplace, that trust was shattered. 7-year-old Tamara Blessing, bright-eyed, full of innocence, disappeared just a moment after leaving her mother's store. And what followed was a search drenched in hope, a discovery drenched in horror, and a betrayal no one saw coming. 4 days later, her tiny body was found, wrapped in silence, buried beneath the bed of a man who had pretended to help find her. She was barely 7 years old, bright, curious, and barely taller than a countertop. Her name was Tamara Blessing. Right in a town full of familiar faces, she vanished without a scream. And when they found her, it wasn't in the streets or in the forest. It was unfortunately beneath a man's bed. Inside the open market in Nyeri was bustling. Tamara was with her mother and grandmother, regular traders in the market. She stepped away briefly just for a moment, and in that moment, she disappeared. For 4 days, the town searched. They scoured the alleyways, combed through fields, whispered prayers. Among the searchers was a familiar face, a local porter, a man simply known as Macharia. He handed out flyers. He cried with the family. But what no one knew was that the man helping search had already buried the truth. Then came a breakthrough. The CCTV footage from a nearby shop, grainy but undeniable. Little Tamara was seen, holding hands with Macharia, walking away, not screaming, not fighting, just trusting. Inside his one-room house in Whitmere, police made one of the most gruesome discoveries: a gunny bag beneath his bed. Inside it was Tamara. When the news of the discovery broke out, Nyeri erupted. People demanded blood. Mothers wept in the streets. The suspect had been one of them. Helpful, quiet, familiar. How could someone walk among them with such darkness in his heart? On May 27, Nicholas Julius Machara was arraigned in court, charged with murder. Police were granted 14 more days to investigate. The community waited, the family grieved, and poor Tamara was laid to rest. Tamara's story should have never been a story, but here we are, mourning a child who trusted the wrong hand. So I say this now to every parent, guardian, and future mother and father watching. The world is changing, and not every danger wears a mask. Know who your children are with. Teach them that safety is not fear, it is power. Because love isn't just cuddles and bedtime stories. Love is vigilance. This has been Angel's True Crime Tales. Don't forget her name, Tamara Blessing. And never forget, evil hides best in plain sight. And even if you forget anything from today's Crime Watch, do not ever forget that it's be always the ones you least expect. It's like in this case, a man the community saw every day. This is not just the story of a lost child. It is a wake-up call to every parent watching. Whether you're raising a toddler, teenager, or just dreaming of your own future family, let Tamara's story remind you evil doesn't always wear a mask. It walks beside us, smiles with us, and sometimes even helps us search. Teach your children to be kind, but also to be careful, set boundaries, know their friends, know their routines, and never ignore that gut feeling. Because in this world, vigilance isn't paranoia, it is love in its fiercest form. What are your thoughts? Who is to blame? The evil man who only wants to satisfy his selfish desires, the child, or the mother, or even the community? What do you think they could have done better? I'll be following up on this story and I'll give you more updates when it comes up. The next hearing of this case is on the 10th of June 2025. And I join my voices in agreement with everyone in Nyeri, Kenya, who is seeking for true justice for the murder of little Tamara. She didn't deserve to die this way. Rest in peace, Tamara. But until then, I'll leave you with this. The world is full of many such evil. So please stay safe, fam.